It's the Nashville Coffee Talk featuring Bill Cook and the Thunderdome.
Thunderdome, that's right. The
Yeah.
Thunderdome. Sunday
Bill,
morning.
I do not have coffee yet, but I've already put the order in, and that we have Susanna bartending today.
Yeah, she'll get it for you.
It's the first time I met Susanna, and she doesn't know about Nashville Coffee Talk featuring Bill Cook. But the folks watching online probably know all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people look forward to this, Bill.
You know what? I want to say before we get started that last week we had the Horse and Around Bar.
Oh,
here.
yeah, the Horse and Round Bar.
Steve and all of
yeah.
them, and they were the nicest people.
They were good. I mean, except for that one.
Except for that one guy.
Yeah, I'm not going to name no names.
No, it's just,
You
well,
know.
he can't help it. You know, it's just the way he is.
Yeah, and Bill, I'll tell you what, I love it when folks come in from online and watch us, or folks come in from wherever they're
Yeah, that's
from.
pretty cool,
We're
pretty cool.
glad to have them. Where? Missouri. Ah, yes, that is the Aloha State. Welcome to Nashville. Oh, looky here.
We'll start with O. Susanna, right?
Yeah. Now that is Susanna. Jason, she's a Nashville native.
All right.
And Jason, but you
Represent.
know what? I thought she was still in your story for a minute. I said, "Hi, Susanna. Nice to meet you." Of course, like most bartenders, she immediately rolled her eyes and hated me. And I was like, "Well, that's better than most of them treat me." You know, she didn't cuss me out or give me a too mean a look. She just looked at me like, "Really?" And I was like, "Wow, that's nice." But I said, "Where are you from?" And she said, as if I would tell somebody dressed like they're part of the cartel where I'm from. And I said, but for real? She goes, well, honestly, I'm from here originally. But I only lived here till I was like 8, and then we moved. And I was like, wait, did you meet Jason Chance? Are you telling me his story? Jason's story is similar to that. But there's not many Nashville natives, Bill.
You're right. There's not many.
I was told that there's only like 100 people allowed to be born in this city every month. Otherwise, you have to be born somewhere else,
And move here.
and then move here.
Yeah.
When you get sick of where you're at, you can come here and ruin this place like you ruined your place. Yeah, that's how it goes. But Bill, how was your week?
You know, it was good. I had a good week. I was busy and got some things done that needed to be done.
Of course.
so-
Oh, is that code word? What are you saying there, Bill? I know some things that probably need doing, but
Well,
hey.
you know, you have to take care of business. is what you
Oh,
gotta do.
that's what I heard. TCB, baby, taking care of
There
business.
you go.
Hey, Bill, I'll tell you, I had a hard time yesterday.
What happened?
It's just one of those days, man. I was somewhere else. I mean, I was here. I wasn't here. I was down on Broadway playing two
But
shows.
mentally, you were somewhere else.
Yeah, man. I try to tell anybody to listen because I talk so much. But I try to tell people I'm not made for this. This is an act. This is all I have to force myself to do this, and that's why drinking helps. But when I'm not drinking a lot, sometimes I go back into like super introverted person. Yeah, and I don't get along with many people.
So you don't. When you're at home, you don't like to pop in.
When I'm at home, what?
When you're at home, you don't like for folks just to pop in to see Russell Brown.
No, not like you do. Not like you. You're always welcome in my home, Bill. But no, the truth is that I don't mind that. But people are exhausting for me, and I don't mean that in a bad way for them. It's just I'm not a natural entertainer.
And see, it's hard for me to believe that, but I understand because
It's
I
an
kind of
act,
know.
Bill.
I kind of know you. Yeah.
I have to dress like that. I have to go into character.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ever seen me when I'm not working?
No.
I don't look like this, I assure you. I'm usually like in T-shirt,
Yeah.
I wear a hat a lot of times.
yeah.
I wear like a baseball cap.
And darker.
Or I have earbuds in
Oh yeah, so you don't have to listen to.
because I'm usually like listening to a podcast or something. Yeah, I don't even listen to music or anything. But yeah, so yesterday was one of those days where I wasn't myself. And, well, I was myself. That was the problem. I was myself.
You wore yourself out.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I bore myself to tears. I can't imagine people enjoying my show. That's why I'm so hard on myself, I think,
Yeah.
because I don't enjoy my show.
A lot of
So
people-
I don't.
Well, a
think-
lot of people
you
enjoy
know.
you, Russell. They do.
Well, more people have enjoyed you, Bill.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
I'm talking about all the years you spent on the road playing
Oh yeah,
country
that's
music.
right. That's right.
Those strangers' hotel rooms and things.
But I think you cut yourself short. People love your jokes and.
Well, I try to keep them entertained with my jokes and my shirts, Bill, and I try to hire the best damn band on Broadway. That's my goal every day. Now, that being said, I think we took a positive step in having a great band today, Jason, because if you notice, we have the strangest looking fiddle over here. That is actually a steel guitar, and
I thought it was a deli slicer.
I know, industrial grade cheese slicer.
They have like sandwiches up here.
Hi. Oh, well, we can change that out tomorrow. You go ahead and tip us now. And
You can find us.
we can't play it. We're not allowed.
Country only here. Yeah.
We can only play country music.
Keep it country. That's it at this bar. Yeah.
Yep, that is a hard rule. We cannot break. So we actually have steel guitar today, which we always joke about when we have fiddle players that it's an inferior instrument. We have the steel guitar, which is a superior instrument, but we do have an inferior tool playing it. That's our friend Steve Stove Nelson over there. Yeah. Hi, okay. Don't worry, I don't listen to country music either. I just had to learn it for the job. But yeah, you know, when you have a steel guitar, you make everything kind of sound country, and or at least like twangy.
Yeah.
Calm down now. Country only. You're going to get us thrown out of here. All right, Bill. So anyway, after that, thanks for my therapy this morning.
Yeah. Don't cut yourself short, buddy.
Well, I appreciate it, but I just like people to know sometimes I'm off my game. And
Well,
I don't know.
Everybody's that way, I think.
I don't know. I don't know, Bill. I've never seen you off your game
Oh
before.
yeah. Oh Lord.
I've never seen it. It might happen, but I've never seen Bill Cook not on. So anyway, here we go. We're going to do some Nashville Coffee Talk theme song. This is Bill Cook. This is his experience featuring the Thunderdome Band. Coffee black, cigarette. Start this day like all the rest. The first thing every morning that I do is start missing you. Some broken hearts never mend. Some memories never end. Some tears will never dry. My love for you will never die. Rendezvous in the night. Willing woman, hold me tight. But in the middle of love's embrace, I see your face. Some broken hearts never mend. Some memories never end. Some tears will never dry. My love for you will never die. Some broken hearts never mend. Some memories never end. Some tears will never dry. My love for you will never die. Thank you. 2 for 2 in the claps. Thank you all for the clap. Bill?
Thank you, sir.
I thought that went well. Morning. How are you? Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Thank you. How dare you, Mark? Yeah. Some honky tonker you are. I don't ever talk bad about Mark, but this hurt my feelings. I just hear Mark very politely ask our sound engineer, could you please bring down the steel guitar? I mean, you know, but the truth is, Bill, somebody needs to bring the steel guitar down because it's been bringing people down for a long time. Right. I mean, if somebody wanted to hear the sound of sadness, I would say it's a woman with a broken heart crying
To the tune of
a steel guitar. I mean, I don't know what. Yeah, you know, I'll tell you, there's nothing sadder. Nothing sadder. I mean, yeah. Can I get the crying? You know, there's a thing called in the guitar world, a thing called a woman tone. You know what I'm talking about. With that right there, definitely not. You just get. Can I get sad drunk tone? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's plumb pitiful right there. Reminds me of my childhood. All right, Bill, let's do one about going to your house. What do you say? Bill?
We're going to do that one song.
Yeah, about going to your house late at night. The women get lonely. Usually one of my ex-wives starts sitting around getting lonely and decides, I'm going to go where the lonely go.
Bill Cook's house.
Bill Cook's house. The trail's worn out, isn't it, buddy?
It is, you know, the driveway.
Yeah, just, man. All right, here we go. Rolling with the flow, going where lonely go, anywhere the lights are low, going where lonely go, making up things to do, not running in all directions trying to find you, just a rolling with the flow. I'm going where lonely go. I've got to keep going. I can't lay down. Sleep won't hardly come when there's loneliness all around. I've got to keep going, traveling down this lonesome road. I'm just rolling with the flow. I'm going where lonely go. I've got to keep going. I can't lay down. Sleep won't hardly come when there's loneliness all around. I've got to keep going, traveling down this lonesome road, just rolling with the flow. I'm going where the lonely go. I'm just rolling with the flow. I'm going where the lonely go.
Yeah, there we go. Delayed reaction. We love it.
All right, we have a request for some Eric Church drink in my hand. Michelle. Hi, thank you. Great request. Thank you. First request of the day. I mean, you know, I wasn't going to say nothing, but
Made me smile, man.
but yeah, I mean, you know you're dysfunctional when the saddest sound in the world makes you smile. Yeah, it does. So, normally we have a fiddle player, and it's not because we love playing with fiddle.
We don't.
It's because, yeah,
Steel's not available.
steel's usually just not available. I mean, but it sounds so good. I just don't even want to bother you. I just want to leave you alone to sulk more. I want to make you sadder and let you just push that out through the amplifier. I need to get you drunk every night before gigs. We saw Steve last night, and he was rambling a little bit. He came into our gig last night, and I knew we needed an extra player this morning, and I didn't know where he went. I saw him come in, and I was like, I need to ask him about tomorrow while he's here. And then, poof, he was gone. The next time I saw him, well, I don't know if he saw me or not, Bill. I was talking to him, and I said, did you get my text message? Yeah, he saw both of them, that's right. And he said, no, I did not. I said, well, I texted you. I was looking for you. I didn't know where you went. I said, can you play with us tomorrow? He said, yes. I said, great. At AJ's, yes.
There you go.
And then a few minutes later, I looked down. He responded to my text message, yes. And I was like, does he remember talking to me? He goes, I'll be there, but I'll be hungover. I said, that's exactly what I want to hear from a steel guitar player. Because even if it's going rough and you can't make it, you can always lay your head right there and take a nap.
Perfect spot for it,
Yep. And he can do that, and he could still provide as much vocal as some of our fiddle players do, so that's fine. All right, here we go. We got some Eric Church by request. Early Monday morning till Friday at 5, man, I work, but I don't climb. Boss man contribute overtime up his can. All I wanna do is get a drink in my hand. So fill it up and throw it down. Got a 40-hour week with the trouble to drown. No need to complicate it, I'm a simple man. All I wanna do is get a drink in my hand. If the parking lot is muddy and I can't get to the door, and I'll take a jack up and drop it down in 4x4. Chill down a long neck and warm up a band. All I wanna do is get a drink in my hand. So fill it up and throw it down. Yeah, All I wanna do is get a drink in my hand. It made me wanna go when you dance like that, and you got that little tattoo, like a biggie boo on your back. If you want to impress me, well, baby, here's my plan. All you gotta do is get a drink in my hand. So fill it up and throw it down. When you drive me home, we'll take a long way around. You be my Lois Lane and I'm your Superman. All you gotta do is get a drink in my hand. In my head, Monday morning, that alarm clock sings and it goes. While it rings, 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 hell, I'll be ready to roll if you wanna rock again. All you gotta do is get a drink in my hand. So fill it up and throw it down. Yeah, I'm a little hungover, I'm still hanging around. And there the dog is Sally. Hey there, man. All you gotta do is get a drink in your hand. And there the dog is Sally. Hey there, man. All you gotta do is get a drink in your hand. Thank you, Eric Church, by request. Bill? No, I'm saving Set 'em Up, Joe. I'm going to save that one. I'll tell you.
Let's do Lonesome Fugitive. We're going to be in F sharp. Saddest of all keys. That's the record.
Here's some Merle Haggard country music for y'all. We love songs about prisoners and loneliness, Bill.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Sometimes I feel like a prisoner to my own loneliness. You ever done that?
No, I can't say it. I have.
Oh, well, you should give it a shot.
I'll give it a try.
It's lonely being handsome sometimes, Bill. You know,
Well, look at you. Look.
lonely.
look at
I
all
know. Hey,
this.
it's
Look at all
lonely
this.
at the top. What can I say? It's also lonely at the bottom.
Lonely everywhere.
Down every road, there's always one more city. I'm on the run, the highway is my home. I raised a lot of cane back in my younger days. Mama used to pray my crops would fail. Now I'm a hunted fugitive with just 2 ways: outrun the law or spend my life in jail. I'd like to settle down, but they won't let me. A fugitive must be a rolling stone. Down every road, there's always one more city. I'm on the run, the highway is my own. I can't afford the luxury of having one to hold me come along. She'd only slow me down and they'd catch up with me. For he who travels fastest goes alone. I'd like to settle down, but they won't let me. A fugitive must be a rolling stone. Down every road there's always one more city. I'm on the run, the highway is my home. I'm on the run, the highway is my home. Thank you. Merle Haggard, country music.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, you say what? Little Will. Oh, I was like, man.
you, yeah.
I thought she was insulting me. Gosh.
You get it every time.
I know. I mean, where are you guys from? Allentown, Pennsylvania. Welcome in. That's one of the 4 commonwealths of these United States. Pennsylvania, yeah. If you translate it from the Latin, Bill, it means Penn's Woods.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what it means.
Pennswood.
Penn's Woods.
Pennswood.
Yeah, John Penn. Right? I believe that's it. John Penn, and that was like early on in the, settlement of that area. He owned a lot of what, or governed it, owned it, and it became known as Penn's Woods because Pennsylvania is actually a very rural state. You've been to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
You were there not long ago.
Yeah, not long ago.
Yeah. So just imagine how rural it was back in 1700.
Does that mean Transylvania is like the woods with gender identity issues?
That would be Caitlyn Jenner's woods. I need to be careful with my jokes, Bill. I shouldn't talk about woods that way.
Yeah, don't.
And we can do Willie.
We could do that. It's still morning.
I like the way Jason Chance does this next song.
It's my favorite Willie Nelson song. That's for sure. Love this
Well,
song.
oh, that one? We can do that one, but I like Jason doing this one. And we have a Dallas Webb sighting on the internet. I think he's one on the interwebs, yeah. And he probably just tuned in to see what kind of shirt I'm wearing and how far behind he's fallen in the shirt wars. Hey, Jason, before we go any further, you need to tell, while Dallas is watching, what happened and how I'm definitely winning shirt wars.
Is he coming in?
No, he's watching.
He's just watching online. Oh, well, this is a... I
We'll,
don't know.
we'll
sort of-
tell you after this.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
we'll
we'll
do
tell
this song, and then I got a great story for you.
Angel. Yeah, I'll start it.
If you had not have fallen, then I would not have found you. Angel flying too close to the ground. I patched up your broken wing and hung around for a while, trying to keep your spirits up and your fever down. I knew someday that you would fly away, greatest healer to be found. So leave me if you need to. I will still remember. Angel flying too close to the ground. Fly on, past the speed of sound. I'd rather see you up than see you down. So leave me if you need to. I will still remember. Angel flying too close to the ground. So leave me if you need to. I will still remember. Angel flying too close to the ground. Willie Nelson music this morning. Thank you, folks.
Jason Chance on that one. That's why I call him the wind beneath my wings. Hi there. Thank you. Yeah, just a second. Some 90s country coming up. Now, some people might be in here and they notice, wow, that's a damn good band up there around that guy. What do you mean by that guy? Well, the only one that looks like he got kicked out of the cartel this morning before he came to work. But the truth is there's a good friend of ours. I say friend of ours. I mean, a friend of mine. Now, a friend of mine just means that there's people I know, but a friend of ours, that's different. That means something totally different in our world. But you ever seen Donnie Brasco? Yeah, okay. It's a good scene in that one. Friend of mine, friend of ours. Okay, but this friend is watching over in Raleigh, supposedly, and he tries to outdress me, and it's a terrible attempt. I mean, he does okay, but
Sometimes he hits on it. Yeah. He's had some great shirts.
But I mean, I sort of accidentally look. I wake up like this, Bill. I mean, it is what it is. But the other day we were playing across the road.
Well, there's, the a little bit more of the backstory behind this is Russell Brown here. He always talks about that. I'm here. What is it you say? I'm here to tell bad jokes and wear good shirts.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
So anyway, we were playing a late night gig a few nights ago, and the band took a little break, and Russell stayed up on stage, did a couple of acoustic songs or whatever. And I went to the bar and sat down, and as soon as I sat down, this little blonde-headed girl comes rushing over me and just like plops down next to me, and she's like, "Hey, you don't know me, but just talk to me for a minute. There's a really creepy guy over here, and he's creeping me out. And just talk like just no, it wasn't him. No, there's more to it." She's just so I just kind of nodded along. So we're sort of in an era of awareness, and you want to make sure people are safe and all that stuff. So I sat there and talked to her for a minute, and she was pretty hammered at that point, and she starts telling me her life story basically, and then she says, so what do you do? And I said, well, I'm in the band. We're on a break right now. And she's like, oh, you're in a band? Cool, very cool. So where do you play? And I was like, I'm in this band that's playing right now. And they had TV screens in there just like AJ's where you can see the band all over the bar, And she was like, you're playing in the band with the guy with the great shirt?
That's awesome. It was a good shirt.
It was.
It was.
She's like, that's a great shirt he's got on.
And I'm like, yes. Now,
so Dallas, if you're watching, I thought you'd get a kick out of that.
He's already on his phone trying to find some more shirts. He's going to try. Oh man, he's going to go to a Mexican flea market to try to get a shirt like this. So watch you see. It wasn't this shirt though. It was way better than this. But anyway, guys, welcome to AJ's Good Time Bar. We're going to have a good time on a Sunday here in Nashville. We have a request. As Jason likes to say, this of all the 90s country songs, this might be the 90th. Some David Lee Murphy music. Dust on the Bottle. We're going to do a song for Dallas and Laura in just a second. But let us know if you have any requests. I'm about to go over our request policy after this next one.
The guy with a cool shirt, the good shirt. I love that. Yeah. You can't help it.
Not that. Creole Williams lived down the third room, made homemade wine like nobody I know. Dropped by one Friday night and I said, now can you help me, Creole? Got a little girl waiting on me and I want to treat her right. He said, got what you need, son, as he stepped down the cellar. It's been waiting for a night like tonight, and there might be a little dust on the bottom. Don't let it fool you about what's inside. There might be a little dust on the bottom. It's one of those things, gets sweeter with time. She was sitting in the porch swing as I pulled up her driveway. Old heart was racing as you climbed inside. Stayed over there real close as we drove down the lake road. Watched the sun fade in that big red sky. Reached down to the front seat and said, here's something special. Just been waiting for a night like tonight. There might be a little dust on the bottom. Don't let it fool you about what's inside. There might be a little dust on the bottom. It's one of those things, gets sweeter with time. You're still with me, we made some memories. After all these years, there's still one thing I find. Some say good love is like a fine wine, keeps getting better as the days go by. Oh, might be a little dust on the bottom. Don't let it fool you about what's inside. There might be a little dust on the bottom. It's one of those things, gets sweeter with time. There might be a little dust on the bottom. Don't let it fool you about what's inside. You know, Bill, I had never sung that song in my life till like a little while back.
It's good. So you did a good job.
Well, I made a mess of that one just now. But I don't listen to a lot of 90s country. It breaks people's heart when I tell them that. I don't know a lot of it. I like the saddest 90s country.
You do like
Yeah, I like the 90s country. It's like super sad, you know, like the Too Cold at Home and you know,
Great
like
stuff.
that. Yeah, and I like 80s country a lot. The good 80s country. Now, the 80s country, you know a little bit about 80s country.
Yeah, I love that era. Yeah.
Yeah. But we do anything we can as long as it's country music, or at least something that sounds kind of country. But the truth is we don't use a set list. Our set list is your request. We got a couple of requests online right now. The number one way to get your song played, yes, sir. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Yep. See, threaten us. See, you bring a steel guitar in, and people just automatically ask for great music. But the number one way to get your song played is like this young man just did. He came up and tipped the band. That's a simple, tried and true way. People have been tipping bands in Nashville for over 1,000 years, and we don't want to break with tradition today, Bill. So
Willie Nelson invented tipping the band, and when he right after he signed the Magna Carta, in like 11 to 11, I think.
Y'all have a good time. Yeah, now the second way to get your song played is to scan the QR codes. You'll see them out there on your TV screens and on your tabletops and bar tops. Scan that with your phone, request a song from the comfort of your bar stool. Very easy way of doing it. And there's a special three-way today, apparently. Third way today. Jason, why don't you tell them about that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, third way, yeah. Well, it involves doing what, first of all, I should congratulate every person in here because you were all in here drinking before noon. Good job. Yes, showing true leadership. Well, that is there's a rumor going around that this band likes to partake in the spirits a bit. You know, it is Halloween season. And so that's the third way to get your song played. Bring us some drinks.
That's right. Hey, yeah, we've been known to have a couple and then have a couple more. I always say it takes me 2 drinks just to break even, just to feel normal again, Bill.
Well, you've had your coffee.
Yeah, I'll have to have more of that, though. I got to have either coffee or tequila, you know. I mean, you got to have one of them, you know. It's like you wake up, you have a nice big cup of it, get your day going, get your brain focused, you get ready for work, you're ready to go, you're energized, and the other one's coffee. But we have a request. Steve's tuned in up at the Horse and Around bar, and he sent a private message, Bill. Not private, but it's an attached message, and it says, "Swinging doors for the Horse and Around bar. Thanks for putting up with us."
That's what he said.
And I'm like, hey, you know what, Steve, thank you. We got a steel guitar today, which means we can actually do this song the way God and Merle Haggard intended.
Yeah.
That's Steve Nelson on the guitar, steel guitar over there. That's like 2 guitars and a heartbreak rolled up into one. And then he's also got the steel guitar with him. But here it is, some Merle Haggard. Then we have some Keith Whitley and some Alan Jackson music coming up. Thank you guys very much. This goes out to our friends up at the Horse and Around bar in Michigan. Thank you guys for coming down and being so good to us and for always being good to us when you're tuned in. This old smoke-filled bar is something I'm not used to. I gave up my home to see you satisfied. I just called to let you know where I'll be living. It's not much, but I feel welcome here inside. And I've got swinging doors, a jukebox, and a bar stool. My new home has a flashing neon sign. Stop by and see me anytime you want to. 'cause I'm always here at home till closing time. I've got everything I need to drive me crazy. I've got everything it takes to lose my mind. And in here the atmosphere is perfect for heartache. And thanks to you I'm always here till closing time. And I've got swinging doors, a jukebox, and a bar stool. And my new home has a flashing neon sign. Stop by and see me anytime you want to, 'cause I'm always here at home till closing time. Yes, I'm always here at home till closing time. Thank you. Country music right there. What do y'all think about Steve on that steel guitar? That's pretty awesome.
Steve plays out on the road with the great Sonny Sweeney. If you love country music and you don't know about Sonny Sweeney, you should get into that for sure.
Yeah.
She is terrific.
She really is, man.
I listen to her every morning.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember a few years back, man, when she was breaking into it. Sounded great then. She sounds great now. But hey, why don't you be a little bit more sad over there, Steve? You can't have a steel guitar player that's laughing and cutting up. Here's one. This one's not sad. It's actually. It's nice. It's what? Is it? I've never been to L.A. I've been to Lower Alabama, but I've never been to Los Angeles. I've been to the rest of Texas, but just not Los Angeles.
You'd fit in L.A. real well.
What?
He actually would. Yeah.
How? You all have to tell me that later. Maybe I should go. They said I'd fit in L.A. really well. And then Jason's like, "You actually would." You saying I'm homeless? What are you saying? I'm a criminal? What are you saying? Where are you guys from? Florida. What part of Florida? New Smyrna. Not like that old Smyrna. That's not far from where your neck of the woods. Bill Cook, this is Florida Man there, and we got Florida Man on the drums. Now, Bill Cook is known as the Pensacola Kid. He's from Abilene, Texas. No, the truth, I don't know where I come up with this crap, Bill. But the truth is, Bill is from Pensacola, and he's known as the King of the Panhandle.
King of the Panhandle, that's right.
King of the Panhandlers. And then we have Mark Mazza back there. That's Florida Man. He is from Miramar, Florida. That's South Florida. Yeah. And this one is one that mentions Florida, going out to our friends here from Florida. Welcome to Nashville. It's some Keith Whitley country music. Anybody still love Keith Whitley? I hope so. Here's a beautiful song. Everybody talks about those California quakes, but the first time I ever felt the earth shake was in Miami. Amy touched me, oh, it shook me. I told her that I loved her and I wanted to stay. She said, be sure, well, I'll call you in L.A. Even in my taxi, I can hear my telephone ring. call. Miami, 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 Miami loves me after all. Amy just called, said please come back. Said I'm on my way, baby, I ain't even unpacked. I want you, I love you, that's all she had to say. Hey, goodbye, LA. Now once again I'm Miami bound. Can't wait till this plane it touches down. 'Cause I know my Amy will be waiting that Miami game. I can't wait, Miami, Miami. What took you so long? I thought you'd never call. Miami, oh Miami. Miami, Miami loves me after all. Miami, Miami loves me after all. Thank you. What a song. Thank you for that request. Just sounds so good with a steel guitar, man. Yeah. He's like, oh, keep telling me. Yep. Thank you, sir. Slam dunk, Shack Attack. Thank you, guys. When you go down the road and get disappointed, we're here till about 1:45, okay? I said that same thing to my third ex-wife that time. I said, when you go down the road and get disappointed, I'll still be here waiting. You know, I didn't know she was going towards Bill Cook's house. I ain't seen her since, Bill. I mean, I heard she's doing good now.
She is. She said tell you hi.
Oh, that's, yeah. Bill Cook's a great bass player. He's also a tremendous vocalist. And honestly, what the most impressive thing is just what a terrific boyfriend you are to all my ex-wives. I got to say, Bill. We had a request, Bill. Not going to get into all the ex-wife thing right now because Bill, I just, sometimes it still hurts. You know?
I'm sure it does, yes.
But anyway, we had a request from Michelle. She wanted some Drive for Daddy Gene. Some Alan Jackson. This is our first Alan Jackson song today. Anybody out there like Alan Jackson besides Michelle? I hope so, because you're in his bar. Then it'd be awful if somebody come in here and had like a vendetta against Alan. Like, I'm just going to go in there and get drunk just to show him, just to teach him a lesson.
I love that this is our first Alan request because this might be our favorite Alan Jackson song. It's a great request.
I think it's definitely top 2 or 3 songs. Depending on the day, this is my favorite Alan Jackson song.
There's a cool story behind this song that I had never heard until recently. I guess it was last summer. I was flipping channels. It happened to be the 4th of July, and I came across the PBS Independence Day special, and Alan was one of the featured artists. They had the big American flag draped behind the stage, and Alan told the story behind this song, and I knew it had something to do with his dad. I remember when it was on the radio years ago and was one of his gazillion mega hits, you know, and I always liked it. But then when he told the story, if you've never seen Alan, he's a very soft-spoken guy, one of the true gentlemen of country music. And he said, you know, I wrote this song about my dad when he died, and I didn't want to write a sad, tear-jerking, cliche, kind of typical country song. He said, I just wanted to write something that was reflective of my life growing up with my father and also how it applies to my own children. And after he told that story, I got a little choked up. I was like, it hit a little bit differently when they played it after that. He and his band were phenomenal. They did the song, but we love this song. Thank you for this request called Drive for Daddy Gene.
Yeah, I love this one. Thank you, Michelle. Spain red, stripe was white and it's 18 feet from the bow of the stern line. Second hand from a dealer in Atlanta, and I rode up with Daddy when he went there to get her. Put on the shine, put on the motor, and built out of love and made for the water. Ran her for years till the transom got rotten. Piece of my childhood, never be forgotten. It was just an old plywood boat, 75 Johnson and electric choke. A young boy, two hands on the wheel. I can't replace the way it made me feel. And I would turn her sharp and make it white. He'd say, you can't beat the way an old wood boat rides. Just a little lake across the Alabama line, and I was king of the ocean when Daddy let me try. Just an old half-ton short bed Ford my uncle bought new back in '64. Daddy got it right 'cause the engine was smoking, couple burnt valves and he had her going. They let me drive her, we'd haul off a load down a dirt strip, we'd dump trash off a thick pin road. Sit up in my seat and stretch my feet out to the pedals, smiling like a hero that just received a medal. It was just an old hand-me-down Ford, 3-speed on the column and a dent in the door. A young boy, two hands on the wheel. I can't replace the way it made me feel. And I would press that clutch and keep it right. He'd say, a little slower, son, you're doing just fine. Just a dirt road with trash on each side, but I was merry, oh, and dreaded when Daddy let me drive. I'm grown up now, 3 daughters of my own. Let them drive my old Jeep across the pasture at her home. Maybe one day they'll reach back in their file and pull out that old memory and think of me and smile and say, just an old worn out Jeep, rusty old floorboards, hard on my feet. Young girl, 2 hands on the wheel. I can't replace the way it made me feel. And I would turn it left and steer it right. Straighten up, girl, well, you're doing just fine. Just a little valley by the river where we ride, but I was high on a mountain when Daddy let me drive. Daddy let me drive. Oh, he let me drive. Just an old boy, 75 Johnson, electric choke. Alan Jackson music, thank you.
What a song, man.
Yeah, I love that one, y'all. Thank you very much. Keep those requests coming, guys. And remember, we don't come around and assault you a lot with tip jugs and things, but if you like what you're hearing, we appreciate it when you do tip the band, support live music. And remember, that is like credits in a drunken, dysfunctional, honky-tonk jukebox. That's how you request songs. Now, finally got rid of these people. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good time. Yeah. He knows you from your old wild days, your rough and rowdy days.
Maybe somebody out there. He said I had a familiar face, but
I've heard you've been familiar with a lot of people, Bill. Yeah, Bill. No, here's the thing. Bill does have a very familiar face, and he's been on TV. You might know him from TV, America's Most Wanted. No, but no, the truth is that's Bill Cook, and Bill, it's your show. You know that. Bill's a legend. He is, in my mind, just part of country music. Don't you think so, Jason? I mean, really.
Absolutely.
I mean, he is, thank you, sir. He is known around the world as the secret weapon of Broadway.
yeah, that's right.
And he is. And he's a damn good bass player and vocalist, truly. And also a terrific boyfriend to my ex-wives, like I said. But the other thing about Bill is he's played with a lot of great folks. He played with the great Vern Gosdin for 6 years. That's pretty awesome. Played with Randy Travis for 13 years. That's awesome. And one of my favorite Bill Cook stories, Jason, he told us the other day, and I like the way you set it up, is the thing that Vince Gill did for you in the dressing room.
He what?
What was that?
No, he sang.
Vince Gill sang him "Happy Birthday" in a dressing room with the Grand Ole Opry. That's the coolest thing I've ever heard. And
it was very special. Yeah.
I heard from a couple of witnesses that Vince was pretty nervous to sing in front of Bill Cook.
I'm nervous to sing in front of Bill Cook. That's why I don't.
I don't know what to say.
Well, Bill, you don't have to say much. You just got to stand there and be ruggedly handsome. And but Bill, I don't want to just give you a hard time. Well, I do, but I want to get on with the show a little bit too.
Yeah, let's
and
do
I
it.
think we should do what I call the Bill Cook experience. And that's where we do a series of songs related to Bill Cook and his commitment and time spent in country music. Because listen, some of that, it sounds fun in games. Some of it's just games. Like for the 6 years you were with Vern Gosdin.
Yeah.
You know,
Classic.
The Voice.
The Voice.
I'm sure that was probably the easiest 6 years of the music business for you.
42 years of
dog years.
Why was that so difficult, Bill?
Well, Vern was known as The Voice. He was a great singer, but he is
Great songs.
great songs. He
Yeah.
wrote wonderful songs, and it was a pleasure to work with him, but he was hard to get along with.
Yeah.
Bill,
Yeah.
that's as mean as Bill gets. But the
Yeah.
true story, Vern Gosdin, one of our favorites. Well, I love Vern's music. My dad worked with him a little bit too, but Vern was an asshole. That's just there's no other way to say it. Like everybody in the
And a
music
drug
business
addict.
knows that.
Let's
And
not,
a drug addict.
Let's
yeah.
not forget the drug part.
Yeah.
Let's not forget
He
that.
famously hated drummers so much. He had a weird mental tick with drummers that he had fired so many drummers, he actually took a drum machine on tour for a while, and then he fired it. He said it was speeding up on him.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it was speeding up or slowing down. I think his drugs were cycling through his system and making things seem like that was what was happening. You know, the other thing, Bill, is I heard that you had a run-in on the drums with Vern. Is that true?
Well, I was a drummer first. I played drums, and we were out on the road, and he fired a drummer just like that, just like it was easy, you know. So I said, I'll play drums for you this weekend. We had 2 days, I think. And so I played drums. I thought it went rather well. You
know the songs and you play the
I
drums?
knew the songs.
Sounds great.
But he called me to the bus. He said, son, he always loved to call people son. He said, son, let me tell you one thing. He said, you know why you'll never be a good drummer? I said, why is that, Vern? He said, because your arms are too long.
That don't make sense.
And I
What
didn't know
does
how
that
to take
even
it.
mean?
Well, look at Mark Maz's arms. He's got, look, and he's a great drummer. What's that matter?
It didn't make any sense. But anyway, I went back to bass.
Oh. Well, let's trigger you a little bit. How about some Vern Gosdin country music? Anybody like Vern Gosdin? You might not like him after that story, but and you might not like him after I sing the song. We're going to do one called Set 'em Up Joe, featuring Mr. Steve Stove Nelson over there on steel guitar. Calm down, Bill. It's over now. It's over.
Okay, he's triggered.
You're amongst friends and me.
Okay.
They've got a vintage Victrola, 1951, filled with all my favorite records that I grew up on. They got old Hank and Lefty and his B-24. Set 'em up, Joe, and play a walk in the floor. Set 'em up, Joe, and play a walk in the floor. I'm gonna spend the night like every night before. Now Blaney P and I'm gonna play him some more. I gotta have a shot of him old troubadour. Set 'em up, Joe, and play a walk in the floor. Set 'em up, Joe, and play a walk in the floor. Hey, my neon neighbors, they like what I play, 'cause they've heard it every night since you walked away. Every day they replay so B-24, 'cause every night I run a needle through walking the floor. Yes, every night I run a needle through walking the floor. I'm gonna spend the night like every night before, and I'm a playing and I'm gonna play him some more. I gotta have a shot of him old troubadour. Set 'em up, Joe, and play a walk in the floor. Set 'em up, Joe, and play a walk in the floor. I said, set 'em up, Joe, and play a walk in the floor. Set 'em up, Joe, and play a walk in the floor. Thank you. Morning, afternoon, whatever time it is at this point. I always say good morning at 12:30. Lord have mercy, Bill. 12:30 Central Time. Boy, time flies when you're sober. Hey, but part of the Bill Cook experience goes from Vern Gosden right up to another guy that famously fired people and was rude to people, Randy Travis.
No, that's totally the opposite. Randy was a great guy. Nothing
Still
bad
is,
to
I'm
say
sure,
about
right?
him. Yeah. Do what?
I say, I hope he still is.
He is, yeah.
Somebody. Yeah, that's right. Just that one day, man. One day on video can, undo a lot of things. But, well, I think we should do a Randy Travis song, Bill. And it is the Halloween season. We should do one. This one could be dedicated to people that like this could go out to the grave robbers. Yeah. This could be dedicated to all the paleontologists.
I like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Must be a ton of paleontologists in the house.
There's a lot of paleontologists out there. You never know when a paleontologist is in the room. But it also goes out to Bill Cook and my ex-wife, my third ex-wife. And you know the one I'm talking about.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, the third one, Bill.
Number 3.
Yeah, well, she should have been a paleontologist, Bill. You know that? Because she's good at digging up dirt.
That's right, she is.
Always finds a bone. Digging up bones, Bill. That's what we're doing. It's Randy Travis, country music. 13 years, the Randy Travis. Did y'all play this pretty much every gig?
Yeah, this is the big closer.
This was the closer?
This is the closer.
I thought the closer was Forever and Ever.
Oh, that's right, it is. We opened the show with
Am I
this.
telling you how it went with Randy?
Yeah, tell me how it goes.
You opened the show with
Yeah,
this
we
one.
opened the show with Digging Up
Oh,
Bones.
well, I might close my show with this one. I might close my career with this one.
Oh, look at that. Finger roll. He's back. He's back.
Last night I dug the picture out from our old dresser drawer, set it on the table and I talked to it till 4. Read some old love letters right up till the break of dawn. And tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. Then I went through the jewelry and I found our wedding rings. Put mine on my finger and I gave yours a fling. Across the lonely bedroom of our recent broken home. Hey, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. I'm digging up bones. I'm digging up bones.
Digging up bones.
Exhuming things that's better left alone. I'm resurrecting memories of a love that's dead and gone. Hey, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. I went to the closets and I found some things in there, like that kinky negligee Bill Cook got you to wear. I recall how good you looked each time you had it on. Hey, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. Digging up bones, I'm digging up bones.
Digging up bones.
Exhuming things that's better left alone. Hey, I'm resurrecting memories of a love that's dead and gone. Hey, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. I'm resurrecting memories of a love that's dead and gone. Hey, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones.
Digging up bones.
I'm digging up bones.
Digging up bones.
Exhuming things that's better left alone. I'm resurrecting memories of a love that's dead and gone. Hey, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. Hey, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. Bill Cook.
Oh, pick up.
And the Bill Cook experience continues.
Yeah, they run everybody out of here.
Oh, well, that's fine, Bill. They can't handle the real country music.
Farewell party. Oh, I don't have my phone for the words, man.
You can use my phone, Bill. Just ignore any nonsense you get.
Anything that comes through. Okay, that's fine. Yep.
You do it in F. F sharp.
We need to F sharp.
F sharp.
Farewell.
Oh, man.
Original record. Farewell party.
Here's Bill Cook doing the feel-good song of the summer, y'all. When I say feel-good song, I mean,
For us, it's good.
I mean they're all party songs,
That's
Bill.
fine. It's how you look at it.
And this literally is a party song.
Yeah,
It's
it's
called Farewell Party.
Party in the title, yeah.
I mean, we love songs about funerals. Good Lord. I mean, country music, man. I mean, just,
I know it.
good Lord, how sad this song is. And Bill Cook, nothing sad about the way you sing it, though, son.
You're awful nice. Said you're awful nice.
is gone from my body, and my lips are as cold as the sea. My friends gather round for my farewell party. Won't you pretend you'll love me? There'll be flowers from those who cry when I'm gone, and leave you in this whole world alone. I know you have fun at my farewell party. I know you'll be glad when I'm gone. Don't be mad at me for wanting to keep you till my life on this old world is through. You'll be free at the end of my farewell party. I know you'll be glad when I'm gone. There'll be flowers from those who cry when I'm gone, and leave you in this whole world alone. I know you have fun at my farewell party. Won't you pretend I love you? I know you'll be glad when I'm
That gone, Bill.
Yeah,
That's the way that song's supposed to sound. Steel guitar really sets that one home.
yes,
you know.
it
You
does.
can't-
Good job.
It's hard to do that one with a harmonica.
Or a trombone.
Yeah.
Thank you, Russell.
Welcome to AJ's, guys. Good to see y'all back there. I'm guessing they're KC. There must be big barbecue sauce fans.
Yeah. Could be.
That was not one of my better. That was one of my better worst jokes.
Worst joke. That's all right. That's all right.
It was one of my worst jokes. Some days are better than other. Bills. What can I, Bill? What can I say? I got football in the brain, I guess. Who the Titans playing today? The Colts.
Any score, Jason? 3-0 in the second quarter, Titans.
We'll mess that game up.
They both look terrible.
Well, they are terrible.
They're like terrible good teams.
The Titans had their chance last year, Bill.
They did. They did. By that much.
They don't even get me started on this because I used to say before we had a Sunday afternoon gig, I'd play this gig. We'd play it, and then Jason and I would go somewhere on a Sunday afternoon, and Not every Sunday, but sometimes we go watch the rest of the Titans game, and we'd sit there and just solve all their problems.
Yeah.
But last year was the year, in my opinion. They played. I don't want to say it. Somebody's family might be watching or something.
That's right.
But we need another everything. All right, Bill.
What you got?
Well, let's continue on the Bill Cook experience. Bill Cook, ladies and gentlemen, you folks watching online and folks in here. Bill Cook drove a bus for Waylon Jennings for a while, and I think we should do some Waylon music.
Yeah. There you go.
I hope everybody saw my dance. I was feeling good on that one, Bill. Morning. Y'all are late, but that's all right. We're still playing country music. Was a flower for the taking, beauty cut just like a knife. He was the banker for making, and he swore he'd love her all his life. On her mansion on the mountain, with a formal garden and a lot of land. Paradise became a prison. That Georgia banker was a jealous man. Every time he talks about her, you can see the fire in his eyes. He'd say, well, I would walk through hell on Sunday, keep my rose in paradise. Hired a man to tend the garden, keep an eye on her while he was gone. Some say they ran away together, some say that gardener left alone. Now the banker is an old man, that mansion's crumbling down. And he sits all day and he stares at the garden. Not a trace of her was ever found. Every time he talks about her, you can see the fire in his eyes. He'd say, well, I would walk through hell on Sunday, keep my rose in paradise. There's a rose out in the garden, its beauty cut just like a knife. Some say it even grows in the wintertime and blooms in the dead overnight. I'm assuming, Jason, you either had a quick spasm moment or that the Titans scored a touchdown.
Pick six, yeah. They picked off Matt Ryan and scored, yeah.
Ran all the way back.
We had a request. Our friend Gene's watching, and Gene wants to hear some. That's pretty good. And they want to hear some Sunday Morning Coming Down. We can do that for you. Jason Chance right here on the guitar does this one for you.
Who in here still likes Johnny Cash? All right. There's a cool story behind this song, and it's become a bit of a legend, I guess, through the years. But apparently it's true, or at least partially true, that the guy that wrote this next song we got the request for was so excited about it that he actually got in a helicopter and flew the helicopter himself and landed it on Johnny Cash's front yard. And Johnny came out of his house, and the guy gets out of his helicopter with his arms up like, I've got this song I want you to record. This is the only way I knew I could make sure you heard it. And Johnny just kind of looked at him and said, well, you landed a helicopter in my front yard. You may as well play it for me while you're here. And he played him the song, and Johnny liked it. He said, I like the song. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'm going to record that song. And back then, during that same time period, Johnny used to have a TV show they filmed here at the Ryman on Friday nights. It's like a live good time family variety hour on ABC. And he was going to debut this song on his TV show. And the producers came to him right before he went on stage and said, Johnny, we love this song. We'd love for you to debut it on your show. But, you know, it's like a family show. Could you maybe leave out the line that has to do with being stoned? Well, Johnny had probably eaten a bottle of benzos that day, and he just kind of nodded his head and went out there and sang the song the way it was written. Of course, he left in the line about being stoned. And when he got to that line, he pointed up into the rafters there at the Ryman at a young Chris Christopherson. That's the guy that had written the song. Of course, Chris would go on to become one of the greatest writers, if not the greatest writers of all time. And we love this song. It's my favorite Johnny Cash song. It's called Sunday Morning Coming Down. Thank y'all for this request.
Great request, Gene. Thank you very much. This is Jason Chance on this one right here.
I woke up Sunday morning with no way to hold my head that didn't hurt. And the beer I had for breakfast wasn't bad, so I had one more for dessert. Then I fumbled through my closet, through my clothes, and found my cleanest dirty shirt. Then I washed my face and combed my hair, headed down the stairs to meet the day. I'd smoked my brain the night before on cigarettes and songs that I'd been picking. Then I lit my first and watched a small kid cussing at a can that he was kicking. Then I crossed the empty street and caught the Sunday smell of someone frying chicken. And it took me back to something that I'd lost somewhere, somehow along the way. On a Sunday morning sidewalk, wishing, Lord, that I was stoned. There's something in a Sunday that makes a body feel alone. And there's nothing short of dying half as lonesome as the sound of that sleeping city sidewalk. Sunday morning coming down. In the park I saw a daddy with a laughing little girl that he was swinging. Then I stopped beside a Sunday school and listened to the song that they were singing. Then I headed back for home, and somewhere far away a lonely bell was ringing. And it echoed through the canyons of the disappearing dreams of yesterday. On a Sunday morning sidewalk, wishing more that I was stoned. Cause there's something in a Sunday that makes a body feel alone. And there's nothing short of dying half as lonesome as the sound of that sleeping city sidewalk. Sunday morning coming down. It's those sleeping city sidewalks. Sunday morning coming down. Johnny Cash music, y'all. Great Chris Christopherson wrote that.
Great request. Thank you so much, Gene. We appreciate you. No, it's not that I'm averse to it. We just played Samaritan Church, but that's not part of our request policy. We can do Samaritan Church. How you doing, sir? Thank you. Oh, yeah. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Got you, man. Thank you very much. Awesome. Okay. All right. Well, see, that's part of the request policy. He's like, you look hot. Take my number. See you later, cowboy.
Lips is lips, Steve. I told you this.
No, he won't. All right, we can do some Eric Church. The band said, nope, we ain't doing no Eric Church. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to do one for you while they take a quick break. Oh, we got a great request coming up for Gene. Thank you very much, Gene. Here's an Eric Church song. I like this song, but you okay over there, Steve? Look, he's starting to sober up. He drank all night last night, and he drank so far into last night that he started drinking this morning. And we want to keep that tradition going with him. We got to make sure he gets another drink or two in him. And it ain't a Sunday in Nashville if you're not day drinking. You might as well just stay at home. But here's one. I drink tequila these days, but here's one about how it feels when you switch from, don't switch up. I used to drink a lot of Jack Daniels, and I quit drinking Jack Daniels. And people said, why'd you switch to tequila? I said, well, I got tired of Jack Daniels kicking my ass every night. Because it will. It'll do that to you. And they're like, well, does tequila not kick your ass? And I said, well, of course it do. But at least on tequila, you learn how to dance first. That's just the fun part about it. Here it is, some Eric Church music. I've got a reputation that's going around. I ain't never been the kind to back down. I've thrown a punch or two and I gave a few black eyes, but Jack Daniels kicked my ass again last night. Hey, I hung in pretty good for a round or two, but it don't fight fair like Daddy taught me to. Her memory turned my head and he snuck up from behind. But Jack Daniels kicked my ass again last night. I always thought this heart was made of steel and bulletproof. Yeah, the memory of my taillights fading brings it right into. I guess every Superman has got a kryptonite. Jack Daniels kicked my ass again last night. No, I didn't bleed and I ain't black or blue. Ain't hard to tell who got the better of who. In the morning light I'm hard to recognize, 'cause Jack Daniels kicked my ass again last night. I always thought this heart was made of steel and bulletproof. Yeah, the memory of our taillights fading brings it right into. This every Superman has a kryptonite. Jack Daniels kicked my ass again last night. That black light like black powder for my soul. My head feels like a bomb about to blow. Well, I'm happy inclined to give that fuse a light and let Jack Daniels kick my ass. Right here at AJ's Good Time Bar, Nashville, Tennessee, all damn day and one more time tonight. Thank you guys. All right, we're gonna get the band back together. We got some work to do. Yeehaw! Thank you. Keep those requests coming. We have some Toby Keith coming up. First, I'm gonna let this band pick one a little bit. Thank you guys. Where are you guys from? Oh, the 954, yes. I know it. I've spent some time in South Florida. I've done some time in South Florida.
Go Derek, go Derek.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm the only person I know that ever had to buy a plane ticket to fly to Florida just to turn themselves in to the authorities. It's a true story. I had to fly from Knoxville, Tennessee to Palm Beach International. There. That's a big county. Palm Beach County is very big. It's very, yeah. Like if you're over on like the island or you get over on like West Palm, then you go inland at all. It changes. I mean, it's a very large area there, and then it just all of a sudden you're running into all those other South Florida towns. But if you go inland from any of them, it turns into like Florida. You know, that's like, Mark will tell you. You know how it is. All of Florida off the coast, except for the Panhandle's Florida on the coast. Yeah. But like, as soon as you go in like 30, 20 miles, sometimes not even that far, it turns into Florida real quick. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I mean, nothing wrong with Florida, but you just gotta, Florida's got like 3 levels of ridiculous. You know, you're Florida man. He's from Miramar, and he's from Pensacola, allegedly. And But I've spent some time down on the Panhandle as well, around Panama City Beach. It's a very classy destination.
Yeah.
Very classy. And that's like Alabama. That's like the acreage between the Alabama-Florida line and the coast. It's like so rough that Alabama's like, you can just have it. Thank you guys. Yeah, Florida. Most of Florida is just like South Georgia or South Alabama, and then on the coast all the way around, that's Florida. So there's different levels of Florida, but they're all ridiculous in their own way. But I want to turn it over to these guys for this next song, and then we got some Toby Keith Whiskey Girl coming up. Gene, yeah.
Get out of my way, Bill. Get through here. I got business kids to take care of.
Any of you folks still like Merle Haggard out there? We love Merle Haggard. We're going to do a little picking music, show the band off a little. For all the working folks, called the Working Man Blues. Well, it's a big job just getting by with the 9 kids and a wife. I've been a working man dang near all my life. Go back working as long as my 2 hands are fit to use. And I'll drink my beer at the tavern, cry a little bit of these working man blues. Well, I'll keep my nose to the grindstone and work hard every day. I might get a little stoned on the weekend. After I draw my pay, I'll go back working. Come Monday morning, I'm right back with the crew. And I'll drink a little beer at the tavern and sing a little bit of these working man blues. Well, sometime I think about leaving. I want to do a little bumming around. I want to throw my bills out the window, catch a train to another town, keep on working. I gotta buy my kids a brand new pair of shoes. And I'll drink a little beer at the tavern and sing a little bit of these working man blues. Oh, here come the working man. From Long Island, New York on the steel guitar, Steve Nelson. Bass guitar, the Pensacola kid, Bill Cook.
Staten Island, I'm in.
All from down in Miramar, Florida, on the drums, Mark Mazza. got the wrong island, from Staten Island, New York. One more time on the steel guitar. Steve, y'all. And sing a little bit of these working man blues. This song is for you working folks. Yeah, Merle Haggard, y'all. What do y'all think about the boys in the band? Come on. Staten Island. Yeah, Staten Island, the hotbed of steel guitar. Yeah.
You know, he never would have thought it. You know, I remember the first time I went to Austin, Texas, and I thought, boy, there's going to be a lot of country music. Shit, there wasn't. Yeah, outside of like a couple little honky tonks there, it was all just a bunch of like bad blues band, bad blues band, yeah. But I didn't see a single steel guitar anywhere downtown in Austin, yeah. And I was like, man. But then you go to Staten Island, New York, and they're everywhere. It's a hidden gem up there. I mean, you can't sling a dead cat in Staten Island without hitting a steel guitar. I mean, it's so bad, as Steve was like, man, that scene's already sewn up there. I had to come to Nashville, you know. And but no, Steve does a great job. He's from Staten Island, and you know, I asked him one time, how the hell did you learn how to play steel guitar in Staten Island? Doesn't see. He goes, people get depressed there too, you know. I was like, oh, that makes sense.
They like sad music there.
Yeah, I mean, people live depressing lives with no hope there as well. So we need something. We need a soundtrack for those people, no matter where you are. That's why the steel guitar never go out of style. You know, it's like at some point you just can't get sad enough with a xylophone. I mean, it's just you know you just can't make certain things that sad. Speaking of sad, we got to do one for Jean. She wants some Toby Keith Whiskey Girl. This one has a lot of parts to it.
Yeah, buddy.
This song's in, I think, 4 different keys at the same time, Bill.
I'm not familiar with this one, but
Well, I've seen you guys. Hey, how's it going? Thank you, sir. Slam dunk, Shack Attack. Did you see that, Bill? He walked all the way up here. He's like, finally, you guys shut up for a second, and I can hear myself think again. He tipped the band for it. Thank you. But we got a request going out to our dear friend Gene and watching online. Oh, it gives me a
Weirdly, I know.
reminds me, rather, that now is the time for me to say thank you to the folks tuned in online. They always tune in, and Bill, they say great things about you every week. Every time I play with Bill Cook, people just light up the comment section. And online, you can always watch AJ's live stream on the Facebook page, AJ's Good Time Bar live stream. You can also see it on YouTube. And people go in the comments section on Facebook, and Bill, they say things like, Bill Cook for president. They say, we love Bill Cook. One time somebody just put a bunch of flaming emojis. Somebody put eggplants on there one time. What's that mean, Jason? What does that mean, the eggplants on there?
Eggplants and like the little lip emojis.
Yeah, yeah. I saw the, yeah, I saw. Listen, people say all kinds of stuff, Bill. They say that you always look so tan. There's all the comments. People love Bill Cook. And you know, Bill, you deserve all the comments on it. So, folks, if you're online, go on there and tell us your favorite thing about Bill Cook. And tell us your least favorite thing about him, too. I want to hear, I want to be fair about this. So I want you to give us your favorite Bill Cook line and tell us also the things Bill Cook needs to work on to improve himself. Because Bill likes constructive criticism. He doesn't just want to be fluffed all the time. My ex-wife was sad about that. That's a pornography joke.
That is dumb.
So, but here it is. This one goes out to our friend Gene that watches online. It's called Whiskey Girl, Toby Keith, y'all, by request. Don't mind, baby, look good in them blue jeans, tied on the top with a belly button ring and a little tattoo somewhere in between. She only shows me. Hey, we're going out dancing, she's ready tonight. It's so damn good looking, boys, it ain't even right. And when the bartender says what a lady, what's it gonna be? I tell him, man, she ain't into wine and roses, and beer just makes her turn up her nose, and she can't stand the thought of sipping champagne. No Cuervo Gold margarita, just ain't enough good burning tequila. She needs something with a little more rich and a little more pain. She's my little whiskey girl. She's my little whiskey girl. My ragged on the edges girl. Oh, well, I like 'em rum. Now, baby got a 69 Mustang, 4 on the floor, and you ought to hear them pipes ring. I jump behind the wheel and it's away we go. Hey, I drive too fast and she don't care. Blue bandana tied all up in her hair. She just sitting there singing every song on the radio. And she ain't into wine and roses, the mirror just makes her turn up her nose, and she can't stand the thought of sipping champagne. Oh, Cuervo Gold margarita, just ain't enough good burning tequila. She needs something with a little more edge and a little more pain. Yeah, she's my little whiskey girl. She's my little whiskey girl. My ragged on the edges girl. Ah, but I like 'em rough. No Cuervo Gold margarita, just ain't enough good burning tequila. She needs something with a little more edge and a little more pain. Yeah, she's my little whiskey girl. Oh, yeah, she's my little whiskey girl. My ragged on the edges girl. Ah, but I like 'em rough. Ah, I like 'em rough. I like 'em rough. I like 'em rough. Thank you. Toby Keith. request. Thank you, Gene. Appreciate that one. Great request. I don't know if we've ever done that one together.
I don't think so.
All right, guys, we are open for requests. So if y'all have something you want to hear out there, let us know. Now, I want to tell you about Susanna behind the bar. She met me for the first time today, and as soon as she saw me, she goes, "It's you." And I was like, "What?" She said, "I heard to never accept a shift if you were going to be playing." And she was like, "And they were right. I can already tell I hate you." I was like, "Wow." And that's the nicest thing a bartender's ever said to me. But no, that's Susanna back there. She's working hard for y'all. Make sure you take good care of her. She does a good job, allegedly. I don't know. We just met today, but I assume she's not as mean as the other ones. Please be good to her back there. Jason, you can tell him bartenders and me, we don't always get along.
No, we got that one that,
It's not their fault.
but that's true. They deal with people sometimes at their worst.
Just well, they have to deal with me. Can you imagine having to deal with me from out there for 4 hours at a time? I mean, they purposely shortened our gig just to save the bartenders. They were all just quitting. I can't handle that guy. But no, the truth is, y'all, the bartender came up to me the other day. We were playing a bar, not here. This is at a trashy place across the road. And a bartender said, "You have a band full of alcoholics." And, well, at first I thought, she's just being mean to me. And then I was like, whoa, she said that really loud. You need to bring that down a notch because you can hurt my feelings. I'm okay with it, but I don't want Jason Chance to hear it.
I heard her say it,
Yeah.
and it hurt my heart.
I know, I could tell your face. I could see the heartbreak in your face.
Try not to get choked up just talking about it.
It's tough.
Because the truth is, we're not alcoholics.
No.
That's silly.
I know.
We're just old-fashioned drunks.
That's right. The kind you grew up with, the kind you can trust.
We do not go to those damn meetings.
Hell no, not anymore. Well, see, Jason, I went to a meeting, and they wouldn't let me drink in there. And then I realized I had no business doing that. I'm usually too busy drinking to go to a meeting anyway. You know? Well, no, we're not alcoholics, but we do accept any. We're not alcoholics, Bill. We're actually alcohol-free.
We are currently alcohol free.
We are currently free, alcohol-free. That means we are currently free of alcohol, but we will accept any and all the free alcohol you're willing to bestow upon us. We don't ever beg them for money, do we, Bill? We just beg for booze from time to time. I mean, I'm drinking coffee. That's the worst tequila I've ever had in my life, Bill.
Hey, let's do Whitley, I'm over you. Oh, good.
We're going to do some country music. Anybody still like country music out there? I hope so. Here's some. Since we got the steel guitar with us, I had a choice. I was either going to make this show mostly based around crappy 90s rock. Actually, 90s rock played crappy. Or country music. And I was like, with a steel guitar, I could go either way.
Well,
But I felt like going country music. Here's some Keith Whitley country music featuring Steve on the steel guitar. Where there's a cloud don't mean there's rain. Tears in my eyes don't mean there's pain. Don't flatter yourself, I'm over you. And things ain't always what they seem. Can't believe everything you read on my face. I'm over you. Yeah, you heard I'm drinking more than I should, and I ain't been looking all that good. Someone told you you I was taking it rough. Why are they making those stories up? I'm over you. Well, there were times if you'd been around, you would have seen me broken down. Now you won't, 'cause I'm over you. So if I seem a little bit cold, it only means you've lost your hold you had on me. I'm over you. And you heard I'm drinking more than I should, and I ain't been looking all that good. Someone told you I was taking it rough. Why are they making those stories up when I'm over you? Yeah, you heard I'm drinking more than I should, and I ain't been looking all that good. Someone told you I was taking it rough. Why are they making those stories up when I'm over you? I'm over you. I'm over you. Thank you. Country music.
Yes, sir.
That's Steve over there. Steve makes everything sound country. I mean, he does.
I mean, how could he not from Staten Island, New York?
I
you
know. I mean, you know,
Country AF.
country F. What's that mean, Bill? Country. Okay.
Well, it's
Forget
proof.
about it. Forget about it. That's what. Okay, yeah.
It's proof that apparently there are rednecks everywhere. That's a theory I experienced years ago. You guys remember Gretchen Wilson, singer Gretchen Wilson? I played guitar with her for a while, and I told this story yesterday when we were playing here. Our friend Blair Joseph was singing, and she sang "Redneck Woman," and I said, "I've got a great story behind this song." Now, she was on Sony Records Nashville, and they had this brilliant idea that there are rednecks everywhere. Must be rednecks all over the world. So they sent us on this international trip where we went to Australia and Norway and England and Sweden. And when we were in Sweden, we were doing sort of what was their version of the Today Show or Good Morning America, one of those things. You know, we were going to play live, going to play Redneck Woman. You know, that song was like hot as fire, you know, at the time. And they all speak English in Sweden. I learned that. Everybody in school learns English and Swedish from the time they're like 5 years old, which is pretty cool. It's easy to get around and communicate with people there because everybody speaks English. But not everything translates. And this was the funny part of the story is we're on stage at this TV show just about to film, you know, go live. I think they were on a commercial break. We came back from the commercial break, and this young lady, one of the anchors, she comes up to Gretchen with a microphone, and she says, "Now, have you always been white trash?"
Well,
apparently redneck's not really a word there, so that was like the closest thing they had. And we're all on stage about to go on TV. We're like trying to cover our faces and stuff, just about to cry laugh, you know. And she was too. She held it together pretty well. Gretchen was she was like, "Well, yeah, you know, I grew up in a trailer park and blah, 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 the whole 9 yards." But, yeah, so she was the white trash. Have you always been white trash? Russell Brand, have you always been white trash?
oh yes. Oh yeah. Well, Jason, you've met people from where I'm from, and you know.
I was born in this state, too. I've
Yeah.
got family that's like that, yes.
Yeah, we were playing, but I love that. There are rednecks everywhere, Bill. There really are. But you know, we were playing the other day, and I told Jason, I said, listen, I got some people coming in here that are from up my way. And he goes, cool, man. I was like, well, we'll see. And they were rowdy. It's just ridiculous.
Always, they are. Yeah, they're.
Every time you just can't get them to do nothing.
They're precious. They really are. They're terrific. But man, they are. You need a Xanax after seeing them for a little bit.
I love them, man. I love. Reminds me. I miss home a lot, and it reminds me, like, man, not everybody's like they are here in Nashville, you know, because people back there, they embrace their problems and they just let them out. You know, here in Nashville, everybody acts like they got their shit together, and then they go, they're like, we don't care. We let our crazy show, man. But I always have folks that tune in back home, and I love you guys. I miss you, and I hope you all can make it down to see us play here, or I can come up and bail you out of jail again. You know what I'm talking about. But listen, I think we should do some more country music. We had a request for our friend Tony. Tony, thank you very much. He wanted to hear that song. We normally play it with a fiddle, but we got Steve. Who needs a fiddle when you got Steve? And they want to hear Devil Went Down. No, I'm just kidding. No, they wanted to hear George Jones, the one about the Corvette. Yeah, you know that one, Steve? You have your Corvette still, or you're driving that Prius now, aren't you? Hell yeah. Great mileage, but it's just hard to strap a steel guitar and an amp to the top of that thing, you know. You get it. All right, here we go. Here's some George Jones country music called The One I Loved Back Then, The Brunette in My Vet, the Corvette song. Some people say George Jones was the king of the novelty songs.
Pretty much.
He did. He's the king of like incredibly heartfelt songs and novelty songs. It was like sort of an extreme there.
Yep. And here's one of the heartfelt ones. Here's one of those sweet love songs called The One I Loved Back Then. This goes out to all the Corvettes and gas station attendants. It's a joke, Bill. It's okay.
Yeah, that's a joke.
I stopped off at the Quick Sack for a beer and cigarettes. A young man took my money and he stared at my Corvette. He said I had one just like her son in 1963, until the man down at the bank took her from me. Lord, she was hotter than a $2 pistol and the fastest thing around. Long and lean, every young man's dream, and she turned every head in town. She's built and fun to handle, son, and I'm glad that you dropped in. She reminds me of the one I loved back then. Well, let's drive it around. So I handed him my keys. I said, well, here, you take her for a spin. The old man scratched his head and then he looked at me and grinned. He said, son, I don't think you understand. Hell, it ain't your little car I want. It's the brunette in your vent that turns me on. And the one that's hotter than a $2 pistol and the fastest thing around. Long and lean, every young man's dream, turned every head in town. She's built and fun to handle, son. I'm glad that you dropped in. She reminds me of the one I loved back then. Under mighty, she's hotter than a $2 pistol and the fastest thing around. Long and lean, every young man's dream. She turned every head in town. She's built and fun to handle, son. I'm glad that you dropped in. She reminds me of the one I loved back then. She reminds me of the one I loved back then. Thank you. Country music. Thank you guys. Keep those requests coming. Don't be shy about it. Whether it's old country or even older country, I think we're playing country music today till we lose pretty much everything we got. That's true.
Positivity. Great afternoon.
Bill, I don't think I've been drinking enough.
I don't think we've had anything today.
You know, have you ever heard that? You ever heard people say that? Like, I've been drinking too much. But how often have you heard somebody say, I haven't been drinking enough lately? Yeah, that's what this song's about. If you go too long without it, you kind of need it to get back on your feet again.
I say that all the time.
Musician world is a little different. Like
No, I'm talking about at home.
yeah. I didn't know you had a home, Jason. I thought you lived on Broadway. Jason just has a place he sleeps, and then he spends his waking
I
hours.
did just get married, though, a few weeks ago.
No wonder you work so much now.
This is number 2. We'll see how this one works out.
Jason, I wouldn't say that out loud. I mean,
She's probably watching, and she's a singer. She's a musician down here as well. And
you have to, no matter what, you have to see
I'll
her.
get a string of like 14 text messages
Yeah,
here in
exactly.
a minute.
What did you mean by
what
that?
did you mean?
Do you not believe in us? Is that what this is? Are you? You're purposely putting out the bad energy into the atmosphere that we're going to absorb.
Yeah, and she'll tell me Mercury's in retrograde or something.
Mercury's
You know?
what?
She's all into the planets and alignments and all that.
She,
Mercury in the Gatorade.
Mercury. Well, I don't understand. Are you talking about the Alan Jack crazy about the Mercury, or the Mercury makes me crazy? What is that? Okay, here we go, guys. Here's some Merle Haggard music. I don't know how we got off on that
Mercury
tangent.
makes my clothes fall off. Yeah.
Mercury.
Yeah. Great afternoon.
Last night we had a hell-raising time, nipping on tequila and sucking on lime. Sunrise shades the good times away, and good morning would have been the wrong thing to say, and a pounding in the top of my head. Oh Lord, it didn't leave me any too soon. I can't say we've had a good morning, but dang, it's been a great afternoon. Yeah, you nursed me through the morning while I was really down. Then a rowdy afternoon got me up and around. Last night we had a hell-raising time, and today won't be forgotten too soon. I can't say we've had a good morning, but girl, it's been a great afternoon. Yeah, you nursed me through the morning while I was really down. Then a rowdy afternoon got me up and around. Yes, last night we had a hell-raising time. Oh Lord, today won't be forgotten too soon. I can't say we've had a good morning, but baby, it's been a great afternoon. Merle Haggard country music. Thank you, guys. Now listen, we have time for one more song. I think it's going to be your request. How are you? I'm great. Wild and Blue? That's my favorite John Anderson song, but we've never done it. I don't know if we can.
Forever and ever, amen.
Yeah, we can do Randy Travis. I'll tell you why. Bill Cook broke my arm one time, made me learn this song. and I still haven't learned it. And I'm like, please don't hurt me no more, Bill. It is. Well, it's funny that she says that. Where are you from? Don't you know? You betcha. All the way from Minnesota. Bill, I bet she's probably seen you before in Minnesota. You've been to Minnesota.
Yeah, many times.
Many times. He used to play with Randy Travis.
Long time.
13 years. Pretty awesome, huh? And Bill told me you used to finish your shows with this song. Yep. So we're going to do some Randy Travis for you. Oh, well. I disappoint Bill
Didn't
every
we talk
time,
about this?
so.
Bill never actually learned the song. They would always close the shows, and he never learned it, so he'd just walk on off the stage while they did the last song.
And everybody was like, that guy must be awesome. That must be, was that Randy? Who was that guy? Just left her. Now, Bill, I'm always nervous singing Randy Travis around Bill Cook.
Oh, you got it. You got it. You got it.
I'm always nervous around Bill anyway. I mean, that's Bill Cook. 6 years playing with Vern Gosden, 13 years playing with Randy Travis. That young lady walked all the way up here from Minnesota, slam dunk Shack Attack, Love in the Tip Jug, and said, the one she asked about was an awesome song, Wild and Blue, man. I love that song. I think it'd fall apart if we tried to do it. But the second one, she said, how about some Randy Travis? And luckily, we have the secret weapon of Broadway here, Bill Cook. Guide me through this. Guide me through it, Bill. I need all the help I can get. Here it is. Randy Travis, by request. Thank you very much.
3, 4, 1. Just as many times as we need. Yeah, 3, 4, 1. Yeah.
You may think that I'm talking foolish. You've heard that I'm wild and I'm free. You may wonder how I can promise you now this love that I feel for you will always be. Well, you're not just time that I'm killing. I'm no longer one of those guys. This love that I give is gonna be yours until the day that I die. Oh, baby, I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever. Amen. As long as old men sit and talk about the weather, as long as old women sit and talk about old men. If you wonder how long I'll be faithful, be happy to tell you again. I'm gonna love you forever and ever, forever and ever. Amen. They say time takes its toll on a body, makes the young girl's brown hair turn gray. Honey, I don't care, I ain't in love with your hair, and if it all fell out, I'd love you anyway. They say time can play tricks on a memory, make people forget things they knew. That's easy to see, it's happening to me. Well, I've already forgotten every woman but you. Oh, darling, I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever. Amen. As long as old men Amen. Bill Cook, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, there's another band coming up. We're actually over our time.
Yeah, as soon as we tear down, they're going to set up, and then they'll be starting in like 15 minutes. Yeah, so, yeah. So sorry, I'm sorry. She's trying to request a song, and just want to say thank you. I'm sorry we don't have time to do your song. Oh, thank you, darling. Where are you from? Alabama. Roll Tide or War Eagle? Oh! Oh, that's why. Jason and I, we're still celebrating. Yeah, we would have done Rocky Top for sure. Jason and I are Tennessee fans. That a girl. Well, guys, thank you for being good to us. Please remember to be good to our friend Susanna back behind the bar. I know what you're thinking, right? Obviously, yes, terrible human being. But she really is a good bartender sometimes, so please be good to her. Now, please take good care of her. She's had to put up with me for the last few hours, and that's brutal. But we got another band going to come up. Please be good to them. Thanks for being good to us. And remember to be good to yourselves and one another. And have a great day out there on a Sunday afternoon, Nashville, Tennessee, y'all. Thank you.